So in future, if somebody wanted to refinance this, can they do it, or are we locked in?
I'm sorry, if
it got below where you could save money, you could do it again.
Okay, is that correct?
this is, again, there's, because we're looking at your 2005 debt, this is known as an advance refunding. And so generally, if you were to wait, it takes 10 years before you're able to call back some of these, which means refinance your debt, would be 2015.
Okay, that's what I meant, is if we're not here 2015, somebody else is here, can they, we don't want to kind of lock in.
If you don't do it, you can wait till 2015 and
No, after.
This is
For instance, we went ahead and did this.
right.
Are we locked in for till 37?
You're locked in. Yes, there's no second opportunity to refinance after this.
So if the new members come in and if they want to change something, is it possible?
Not for these set of bonds. Not for 2005, which is what this is. So an advance refunding means it's a one-time opportunity to take advantage of the interest rates. If new board members come in and it's 2015, the rates may not be attractive and they can, refinance, but you won't see the savings. You may not see the savings as much as this today.
Yeah.
But if the rates are lower, you would bring another proposal?
If the rates were lower,
I don't see them getting any lower, but it's just.
Yeah.
this is an estimation. This is a great estimation. I think we can come close to this, if not even lower, maybe. I think that's what we did the last time.
Can I say something? What will happen in order for us to get the rates down to that 2% that we're projecting in that area, we have to provide our investors with what's called call protection. So for the first 10 years after we sell these bonds, you won't be able to refinance them again.
Right.
Because they're saying, we're going to give you this really good interest rate now, but we don't want you to call our bonds out. But after 10 years would be 23, we'll have an opportunity to come back in and refinance them again.
That's what
at no premium after 10 years.
All right, that's.
Now, I will say that this is historically low rates. If we get 10 years and we still got 2%, I'll be happy as a borrower, maybe not as an investor, but having said that. Did we answer that question?
Yes,
Okay.
for me you did.
Do we have a motion to approve the refinancing offer by Michael DeLeon from Wells Nelson and Associates LLC?
Let me say one thing too. The wording here was provided through them by Fulbright, Jaworski, and Houston as the bond attorney. Okay, so it has to be. This has to be the motion right here.
Okay, I'll read from the agenda the motion. To consider all matters incident and related to the issuance of the sales of Crockett Independent School District Unlimited Tax Refunding Bonds, Series 2013, including the adoption of an order authorizing the issuance of such bonds, establishing parameters for the sale and issuance of such bonds, and delegating certain matters to authorized officials of the district.
You remember last time what it was, they had a maximum set. If it didn't go over the maximum, then I was authorized. If it went over the maximum, then we'd have to go back to the drawing board.
Correct.
Okay, that's what that's for. Because they don't know what day that's gonna happen, I wouldn't think. So they may wake up and say, this is the day, would you okay this? And they'll do all their things, and I'll say, yeah, that's the reason it's in there. Main thing is, I think it needs to be emphasize this is going to be, I don't remember what the last savings was, but it's going to be about near $2 million, give or take, that the taxpayers didn't have to pay because of what we were doing. And I would recommend it to you.
I make a motion. Do we accept?
No, I think we've read it.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Is there any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand.
Gentlemen, do a good job for us.
Thank
We
you.
will do so, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for coming. The next item on the agenda is number 7, consider the approval of bids for
Happy holidays, excuse me. Happy holidays. We're gonna go back to Dallas.
Thank you for the
Thank you so
savings.
much.
Thank you.
That'll look awesome.
Our next item is item number 7. Consider approval of bids of surplus. We've had these, we advertised these, and this was the bids that we got. And at this time, I would say that I'm ready to let them go, to those trucks that we had out there. And if you remember, this money was dedicated back to Brian and the maintenance, so we could get another zero-turn mower is what we're trying to come up with. So I would recommend the bids as stated there in the bid process. It was in the paper.
A motion that we approve these bids.
And we have a motion to approve it. Ms. Johnson, or Ms. Wheeler. Okay. We have a motion and we have a second. Are there any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. The next item on the agenda is to consider approval of bids for the following tax trust properties.
Everyone knows that Ms. Key sent this to us, and it's more, I like to say it's a formality more than it is anything else, because they know what they had to do, and all the other taxing entities will have it on their agenda as they go through. Some of them may have already passed it, I don't know, I haven't been keeping track of it. But I would recommend to you the high bidders, which he has got selected there, or the high bidder, excuse me, is the one I would recommend. Accept the bid from Weldon Davis on the acre for $1,958. That's, I guess that was the only one. She made a comment that the others at $9.95 court cost, handling and all that. So I don't know what we'll get out of that, Judge. But whatever it is, it goes back on the tax roll, and I'm hoping that whoever gets it will pay their taxes next year. So I recommend to sell it at this time, as she had sent over from the tax office.
Okay, I have a question. You're recommending approve only one of these?
Well, no, wait a minute.
That's what you, and because the other ones were,
1 acre.
one was, it said it didn't meet the expenses associated with it.
Well, there was,
Now, see what you put.
I mean, what did she have? I know, but I don't think there was but 1 acre, everybody bid on it.
Oh,
Everybody bid on, that's all the bids.
so we're accepting Weldon Davis.
We're
Yeah.
accepting
I
high
thought it
bid.
was way over.
No, I don't think so. No.
And even then, they aren't gonna make
No,
any
it's
money
just
off
one.
of it. They aren't gonna make any money
Just
off of
one,
it.
piece
That's
of
why.
parcel.
They talked about it in Commissioner's Court, and
So
it
I don't
probably
think
covers
no.
the fees.
Anyway, so I recommend the high bidder, which happened to be 1958 from Weldon for the acre.
The superintendent recommends that we accept the high bidder for Weldon Davis for $1,958.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion? Mrs. Johnson. Okay. We have a first and a second, and is there any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. And the motion passes unanimously. The next item on the agenda is the report of the continuing education board training report.
I'd like to say that I'm real proud of the board and the action that they've taken. Some people watch videos, some people travel, some people sit in this room for several hours. They have to get so much training each year, and at this time, each board member, all board members of our board have met all the requirements for continuing education for this year. Okay? And Roy, you get a double check because you were here the other day. So everybody got their stuff and everybody got through the process, okay? Only sad note, you know, one of these was delivered by Jim Vincent, who passed away this past week. But I did want to make sure that everybody understood under continuing education that our board is educated to the point where they're supposed to be in the different categories of board operations.